Welcome to Conservative Voices Talking Points. Let's kind of elevate this to a broader discussion, right? Let's revolve it around freedom. Gentry, I know you feel very, very strongly. Eric, I think we all know you don't like mandates. Gentry, talk about just government's role and what they should be doing, shouldn't be doing, and how mandates should be reacted to from a conservative standpoint.
Yeah. So, look, I think that, I think of the old Ben Franklin quote, right? If we ask our government for both liberty and security, we'll end up with neither. And I think we're headed down that path, right? We're not particularly safe today. Why? You could say that in the Afghan context, you could say that in the COVID context, you could say it in the economic context, you could say it in the energy security context. Nor are we particularly free today, right? I mean, from policing speech to the whole range of issues that we've talked about. And so we've asked for both security and for liberty. And old Mr. Franklin knew what he was talking about, right? It turns out that we're getting neither today. I say that because I think there's an important distinction here between public mandates, which I oppose without exception, and the ability for a private business to say, here are the conditions for working in my establishment. Now, to be clear, I oppose those mandates too, right? And I think that if I were working for an employer that wanted to put one of those mandates on me, I'd be looking for another job. And I'd be down on my knees every night thanking God in heaven that I was looking for a new job in this labor market, right? Which not to make light of it, it's always a challenging thing when you have to do that. And yet there is work available today, right? In most sectors of the economy, in most parts of the country. I think we need to be good to our principles here. Most conservatives would say that individual private businesses, entrepreneurs, innovators, the folks that are signing the front of a paycheck in a private business setting, ought not be told by the government what they can and can't do in their business, what conditions they can set for employment. I hate those mandates. I think employers should not make these mandates, vaccines in particular. And yet, as a limited government conservative, I think those decisions are not the government's decisions to make. If a private employer wants to say it's a condition of working in my place that you get the vaccine, then the free market works, right? Employees and consumers can not patronize
vote with your feet, right?
And so though it leads to some outcomes in the short term that I don't like, the possibility that private businesses will issue mandates, I think as conservatives, we need to be careful about having fidelity to our own principles. I think we need not to be the folks who are saying that the government now, because I favor a particular outcome in the short run, can go say to private businesses, the government will tell you what you can and cannot do when it comes to the conditions of working in your shop. I think we need to be really careful about that. I know that's a tough line to take, but I think in the long run, it's important. You can have liberty, you can have security, but you can't have both. And when we as conservatives say we'll give up a little liberty for a little bit of security in the meantime, we're shooting ourselves in our own foot.
I like that. Rob, tell us where someone can go, a conservative can go to find information. And I'm specifically speaking online. We've talked at previous episodes about big tech and things that you can and can't search for, can't find. Tell us where a conservative could go to find information from a conservative point of view. So, outside of obviously CV talking points.
Right, of course. Well, I tried to do some research yesterday and I Googled Christians in Afghanistan and where they go. I asked the question. And you couldn't get the answer from Mr. Google. And why I bring that up, search is supposed to be about relevancy, right? And so things should pop up that says the Christians are being tortured or the bad things that are happening to them over in Afghanistan, which is real. But you can't find anything. I couldn't find anything. I found a couple articles, but you know that there's more information out there. It gets suppressed. When you guys probably all did this, you punch in a number in Google and it would come up COVID-19, right? Did you ever do that?
I have not.
On Google, in your Google
search
now. Bar, you throw in a number and it takes you to COVID-19 page. So, I don't know where you go. It's suppressed. You can try to find it, and if you find out, let me know. That's the challenge we're facing. The attempt to change right to wrong, wrong to right, yes from no, no to yes.
We talked about this during 1619 project, right?
A dog's a
Rewriting
cat.
history.
Right?
Technology kind of
cat.
allows people to at least attempt it, right?
It's really just hard for me to imagine what big tech has done, certainly the last 8 months, 9 months, what they've done and the lengths that they have gone to take control. I think there will be serious changes, and I'm ready to help be a leader in those changes to make things right. And it'll happen, or I'll die trying.
Let's shift gears.